Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the JC Stone Show. Today, I am joined with Troy Pennington, my special guest of honor today. How you doing today, Troy?
I'm pretty good.
All right. Is this the first time you've been on a podcast or anything?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Our last episode, I had Jeffy on. I'm sure everybody remembers Jeffy from the first one. Jeffy's a real good friend of yours, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So he was on, he hadn't been on a podcast necessarily, but he was on the news, 10 TV for some drug thing back in the day. It was called Heroin at Home, and he was in a rehab or jail or something, and they put him on that. So he had a little bit of experience, but you're new to it just like all the rest of us are, it sounds like. So we're going to make the best of it. How you doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah. So Troy works for me at JC Stone Landscaping. He is on one of the crew members on the crew. He's typically on Jeffy's crew. Jeffy's a crew leader, as we talked about in the first episode. And Troy's real good friends with Jeffy and spends a lot of time with him at work and stuff. So they're pretty close, and they go to church together. They kind of do their walk and recovery together too, I guess, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffy's my sponsor.
Oh, is he your sponsor?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. That's awesome. He's doing really good, man. Like, that's a great sponsor to have. I'm sure you're grateful for him.
Yeah.
So why don't we just go straight into interviewing you and just kind of tell me a little bit about you, where you're from, a little bit of your story. I'll chime in with some questions when I have them. And who's Troy Pennington?
I'm a boy from Circleville. I grew up here since 2002. I was born here.
You're young, and you were born in 2002.
Yeah.
Wow.
My grandma and grandpa sold drugs around here for a long time.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a bad environment. They sold drugs out the house. My dad wasn't in my life all the time. He was in and out of prison. My mom took care of me.
Jeffy had a similar story. So you were born, I'm assuming, at Berger here in Circleville.
Yeah.
And when was your mom and dad, did you go straight home with your mom and dad from that moment on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, was your mom in drug use then?
No, my dad was.
Okay. And now when you were a baby, he was in active drug use then?
In and out of my life, yeah.
Yeah. So as a baby, you leave Berger Hospital, you go home with your mom, your dad. I'm assuming, like everybody else's story with the using dad in their childhood, he was probably gone a lot, and your mom kind of raised you and did everything.
Yeah, my mom was there. Like, my mom's my mom and dad.
Gotcha.
My dad's been in and out of prison where he's at now.
Gotcha. So how old were you the first time he went to prison?
I was 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Wow. And what did he go to prison for?
Cashing bad checks.
Oh, okay. So nothing drug related at that time. But that's kind of part of the using lifestyle anyway. Had your mom ever been arrested or done anything like that? No, that's good. So you say you were 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So at what point, how long was he gone for?
Like 2 or 3 years.
Okay. So like at what point was he out where you were old enough to kind of, and I'm asking you that, I'm going to ask you this because Jeffy, when he was young, he was watching his dad. His dad had friends in and out of the house, dealing drugs all the time. Jeffy's looking up to him like, I want to be just like him, and his dad kind of put him to work as a kid. Did you have some experience like that with your dad where you guys, maybe used together, or he implored you to do some of his bidding in the drug world? Or
when I got older, yeah.
Yeah. So how old were you when that, when drugs, I guess, were first introduced to you?
16.
16.
But I smoked weed as a teenager.
Gotcha. So did you find that on your own, or was that something that came from your dad? Or
I started smoking weed when I was 13.
Oh, okay. 13. Nice. Yeah, you were young. And daily use? Or
daily use.
Gotcha. What led you, how did you find that? What was the gateway into weed?
Alcohol.
Oh, really? So how old were you when you had your first drink?
Like 12.
Jeez, you weren't playing around.
No.
Started young. How did you get your alcohol and stuff like that? Just friends or?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you drink heavily? Like, are we talking blackout drunk or just like sips of beer?
Sips of beer here and there.
Tastes gross, but trying to be cool type thing or whatever. When did that turn into actual, use, like drinking to get drunk and all that? Was that later down the road or?
Later down the road.
Yeah. So I guess take me off from, is there anything you think we need to know about your childhood? What I'm looking for with this, and a kind of a big part of what we're doing with the podcast, is figuring out, the ins and outs of use and addiction, why we do what we do, the things that led us that way. Hopefully in an inspirational way, touching some other people in the same situations, or maybe with kids or whatever, to hopefully change some things and do some things differently. So we're trying to find the inner workings of how this happens. So I guess, what could you say about addiction and when it hit you and when things started getting crazy, or was there things in your childhood that led to the decisions that you made? What do you think people should know about what ultimately led to 16 and shit getting out of hand?
My dad in and out of my life.
Yeah. Like with prison, is that?
Yeah.
When he was out of prison, was he home and there?
No, he was always running around with prostitutes and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And using drugs, but like around, like coming home every night, like you saw him, or no?
You'd see him here and there.
Gotcha. Had there ever been a time in your childhood where he was like there for any long periods of time or anything?
Yeah, when we moved out in the country.
Oh, okay.
And he was clean. He was working.
Oh, okay. What kind of clean time are we talking?
Like 2-3 years.
Dang, gotcha. That's a pretty good run. So ultimately, what led you down the path of destruction? I guess I'll give you some time to just kind of tell me a little bit about it. Let me hear from early on into whenever you want to stop.
I grew up in a drug environment. My grandma and grandpa sold drugs to everybody in town. Everyone is at their house. And growing up seeing that, in my opinion, I wouldn't think I would do that. But I started smoking weed at 13. Well, I started drinking at 12. And I started smoking weed at 13. Then 3 years later, this guy introduced me to meth. And I started smoking meth real heavy, tearing up my mom's house because I didn't have meth. Destroying stuff, being mean to my siblings.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I had 2 brothers. One passed away, and I got a little sister.
Now, did they or have they experienced drug addiction like you have?
No.
Gotcha. And are you the oldest, youngest, middle?
I'm the middle child.
Middle child, man. The middle child's always trouble.
Yeah.
Go ahead and continue on.
And my siblings didn't want to see me on that road, so I told them I'd get clean. Then it led on. I just kept smoking meth. I stabbed my dad 7 times with a buck knife.
How old were you when you did that?
I was 16, 17 years old.
And you stabbed him with a buck knife.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. Like what happened?
I was up for 27 days smoking meth and mixed it with Mad Dog 2020. And it was just...
Had he done something to piss you off?
Yeah, they tried to dump my alcohol out. I'm up seeing shadow people. And it led from there. I went to DYS for a year and a half.
Damn. Now, were you partying with him or anything when this happened?
Yeah. We was smoking meth together.
And just you whacked out that night?
Whacked out.
And just you had a knife and just stabbed him?
Stabbed him.
7 times?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So did they charge you as a juvenile with like attempted murder or what kind of charge? What happened out of that?
They gave me a year in Perry Malta County Juvenile Facility. It's in Perry County. I did a whole year there and a half.
Jeez. What did that do for your relationship with you and your dad?
He went and pressed charges on me. Every time the detectives came in, he said he was asleep or played like he didn't want to talk to him.
That's wild. Do you think he's forgiven you for that?
Yeah, he has forgiven me. I've talked to him from prison.
Yeah. And your dad's in prison still today, right? That's wild. So, so you stabbed your dad. I'm assuming right away you went to juvenile prison, right?
I went to the county jail for like a night.
And how old were you again?
16, 17 years
17. So county jail for a night. You end up in juvie. How was that? What was juvenile prison like?
It was kind of cakewalk for real.
Really?
Yeah. They gave you a rec yard. You had your own cell. You could wear your own clothes.
Was that the first time you had ever been locked up?
No, I was in juvenile at 12 years old for truancy.
Oh, really? Jeez. How much time did you do then?
30, 40 days.
Wow. What was that like? So that was the first time. You're 12 years old.
Yeah.
What was it like? It had to have been rough being 12 in there with a bunch of crazy teenagers, I'm assuming.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah?
I wanted to go home, for real, I ain't gonna lie.
A lot of fights and stuff.
A lot of fights.
Yeah. So after you stabbed your dad, you go to juvenile prison for a year. Like, tell me about that year. Was there drug use in there? I'm sure there was stuff in there, wasn't there?
No, it was a lockdown facility.
Oh, okay. So kind of maximum security style. What did that do for your life? Like, did that change some things, or?
It changed some things. Like, it got me on board to recovery, but I got out, started getting high again.
I know a lot of guys that fuels the beast. You learn tricks of the trade, you make new connections, and it kind of can do more damage than good for a lot of guys to get locked up like that, But so when you got out, were you clean for any amount of time?
Yeah, I was clean for like 11 months.
And you were probably 18 at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was your dad home when you got out, or had he made it back?
My dad was getting high on heroin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he was coming to visit me and stuff.
Oh, gotcha. So when you got out and went home, he was home on heroin.
Yeah.
And you were living there with him?
Yeah.
So did that introduce you to heroin?
No, I ain't never did heroin. I ain't never stuck a needle in my arm.
It's always been meth?
Meth and weed.
And weed. Gotcha. And alcohol, I guess, by the sounds of it. So, yeah, tell me about life after prison then as a kid. So you did the year and a half. What was next when you got released? Where'd you go? What'd you do?
I went home in Tarleton, and my dad was selling meth, selling heroin. I stayed clean for 11 months. And an addict, it's around you. You're going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So I started getting high. My dad's the plug.
So you were getting it from him.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And we're talking meth still?
Yeah, meth.
Gotcha. So did it spiral out of control?
Yeah, it went crazy from there.
Yeah. Now, Troy is from the same town I'm in. He's quite a bit younger than me, 20 years younger than me. But I've heard stories about him through town, through all kinds of different people. And you were a little bit wild back in your time, for sure. So I'm assuming during these times you're using meth and, kind of balls to the wall. You were probably going back to county jail quite a bit.
Yeah, I was in and out of jail for domestic violence. My fiance that I'm with now, I used to put my hands on her because she'd try to leave, and it went chaotic from there. I've been to jail in Pickaway County, Fairfield County for domestic violence. Then I'd get clean. Then she'd try to leave, then I'd get high again. And life after jail changed me, I thought. Then when I came home to my dad, they was selling drugs, so it went on from there.
And it sounds like meth fuels violence in your life some.
Yeah, when I get high, I just get angry.
Like those domestic violence charges and the domestic violence on your fiance and stuff, like that was all during meth use, I'm assuming?
Yeah, all active use.
Yeah. So you've been with her for quite some time.
Almost 9 years.
Wow.
Next month on the 4th.
So you were young, because you're young now. How old are you now?
I'm 24.
24. So you guys were teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she stuck with you through all this, huh?
Off and on, yeah.
Yeah. So when you were getting those domestic violences, what kind of time were you doing? Like overnight stays or actual real time? Like months or?
Like, I did 60 days in Fairfield County. Then I violated a protection order. And I did 18 days. 5 of them 18 days, I had an ankle monitor on my leg. They didn't cut it off until like day 5. Then out here at the county in Pickaway, I just did like 15, 20 days. That OR me.
And now during these times, are you on probation in between this and getting like violations and stuff, or were you doing your time?
I was getting violations.
Yeah. So you've been to jail for probation violations?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I guess tell me some about that. Like I'm sure probation had you coming in taking piss tests, doing, I'm sure, some kind of outpatient programs of some kind. Why didn't that stuff work, or did it work? Did you have clean time in between any of that?
Yeah, I had some clean time, but as me getting high, I didn't want to go to probation. I'd run. I'd go on a run.
Yeah, I've heard stories about that, actually, yeah. In fact, the other day, the landscape crew, so I've got a friend that's in the probation department, which works out of the police station, and they had changed a room down in the basement or something. Long story short, they had a bunch of shelves that needed moved out from the old evidence room there, and they called for us to come with our trucks and trailers and haul that stuff out for them. And while we were there, we ran into one of the local police officers who saw Troy and remembered him, and we all sat and talked, but he told us stories about, it was 3 different occurrences where Troy had ran from them, or from him specifically. And, I don't think you got away any of those times, right? He caught you eventually.
He caught me all 3 times, but I gave him a run for his money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's funny. Which he was glad to see you doing good now, because you are doing good. How much clean time do you have down right now?
Over a year and like 6 months.
A year and 6 months. That's wild. I've watched you, I went to your drug court when you graduated. That was pretty cool to see that happen. And then I know you recently graduated through PARS, which is an intensive outpatient program. It's a 3 days a week, 4 hours a day rehab. You're on the streets, but you go to these classes 3 days a week, and it can be rough. It can be rough to keep a job like that, and just, it's a lot on you. And you completed that, and then you were on a couple different probations, which we got to get to the story of this. Like, how in the hell do you end up on probation at both courthouses, in drug court and in rehab, all at the same time? Like, what the hell happened?
I kept smoking meth, and I wouldn't stop.
But I mean, there had to have been a million stories of shit that happened in between. Everybody knows you used meth, you got clean. We want to hear the good shit. Like, tell us some of the stories, like some of these arrests, like what happened. Like, what's the most memorable arrest that you had?
What I'm charged with now.
So you're actively on probation right now?
Yeah, on felony probation.
And what was that charge?
Possession of methamphetamine.
All right, so tell me about that night.
I was trying to get back with my fiance that I'm with now, and I was with the wrong dude. He had all kinds of dope on him. I had a warrant out for my arrest for probation violation, so I had him come pick me up that night, and the cops was watching the spot where I was at. So he comes and picks me up. We get to the stop sign. A cop's coming straight at us. He whips around on us. Well, we whip around on him. And somehow we get away from him. And we go up 23, hit an exit by AutoZone, come back down Court Street. We got right there by Little Bear. They had cops on all them roads waiting for us to go back to his house. Well, they hit the lights when we got by his house. I bailed out the car. Well, before I bailed out the car, he had dope in his hand, and he threw it on my lap. When I bailed out the car, it hit the ground. And I took off running, and they had the dog, so ran behind the shed. And he's like, "Don't move, I'm going to let the dog loose." So I just gave up. And I had a hot rail pipe and some weed and a cigarette pack in my pocket.
No, what's a hot rail pipe?
A hot rail pipe is a glass tube like a crack pipe, but you heat it up and you snort meth and blow out a cloud.
You smoke it or snort it?
You snort it. You put it in your nose and snort it.
Like snort smoke?
You snort the meth.
Right, but like...
And you blow a cloud of smoke.
Oh, so you don't heat it up or cook it or anything?
You heat the glass up.
Why do you heat the glass and then snort the smoke that it makes, or what?
Yeah.
I've never done it.
It's like snorting a pill. It's like snorting a pill, but you heat the glass tube up and you snort it.
And that's called a hot rail.
Yeah.
Huh. Never heard of that. Well, I've heard of it. I've heard of hot rail. I didn't know what it was. Never had done anything like that.
And he's like, take this dope. As I'm bailing out the car, and he runs when the 3 cops chase me and the dog. He runs in his mom's house, and while they're cuffing me, I'm in the back of the cop car handcuffed. I'm like, he has no license, bro, and you're not going to chase after him. And they go searching for in his mom's house. They couldn't find him at all. He disappeared. I ain't a snitch, so I took it on the chin.
So you took the rap for that guy
for that guy's
stuff,
dope.
And did they charge you with the fleeing? And I'm
No.
assuming that was the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Did they ever end up catching the guy?
No.
No? Wow. So I guess he was lucky to have a friend like you. You not so much, I guess, to have a friend like him. But what makes that the most memorable? Like, was it the most amount of intense, action-packed police involvement, or was it some kind of, did you have an epiphany that time where it was like, I got to stop, or?
Yeah, that was an eye-opener.
Yeah.
To quit getting high on meth.
Was that the last?
That's the last time I've got high.
Really? How about that? So that's what happened? What changed?
I was in jail, 23 years old, and I was like, I'm getting tired of this.
How many times had you been in jail, you think, then?
Like 7.
Wow. At 23, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
From juvenile to adult.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I know what it's like to sit there and stare at the wall, not being able to get out, being hungry, wanting to talk to people and not being able to, and just thinking, what the hell am I doing with my life? What have I done with myself? It's definitely a time of reflection, to say the least. Did you do it by yourself? Like, did you get into God? Did you, was there a guy in there that said some shit to you that?
I was in jail in the county this trip with a Pike County murderer that did all that killing over that custody battle.
Yeah. So just for the audience and for those that aren't local, so there was a family of people in Pike County. This has happened a few years back. That family killed an entire other family down there over a dispute over some, I believe it was kid custody or something like that. But this family, I believe it was 4 of them, killed like 7 other family members in a different family. And Troy was locked up with one of those people, just to kind of reiterate on that. But sorry, go ahead.
He was just telling me jail ain't the life to live. Like, he might have messed up and killed some people, but I'm young. I'm 23 years old. Get my life together. And I just listened to him.
How long were you locked up for that?
I spent Thanksgiving in the county. They let me out December 18th. I went home, and I've been sober since.
So I'm assuming probation after this. Yeah. Did they put you into the PARs and all that, the programs? Like, how bad? Were you in like an inpatient, outpatient?
I had the option to go to sober living, or they was going to put me there.
So you went to sober living?
Yeah, because I was staying with this guy, and I wasn't in by curfew. He told my PO on me, and one day she called me in her office, and she told me, it's like, you're going to sober living. You've been out past your curfew. I'll make you go, or you make your own decision.
So what is sober living?
It's to help you get on your feet. They make you get a job, pay rent.
So you're living in a facility somewhere?
It's a house.
Oh, okay.
There's like one house has 6 bedrooms, the other one has 4.
So you're in with the other guys in recovery?
Yeah, other guys.
Gotcha.
You wake up in the morning, go to group at 8 o'clock in the morning. And if you don't go to group, they'll write you up and you get wrote up. You get your home pass taken. Then it's like a violation. They'll call your PO. And if you're not doing what your PO says, she'll probably violate you or send you to
Put
jail.
you to jail, yeah. So can you come and go as you please?
Yeah, you can sign out, but you got a 30-day blackout period. After 30 days, you can go wherever you want.
So when you first get there, it's 30 days. You can't leave. Just programming in there, and that's it. Do they assign you like a big brother or a sponsor or something while you're in there, like a guy that's been in for some time? Or
yeah, it's I forget the name of it, but it's like a buddy, a walking buddy. You could go wherever he goes if you sign out with him.
Gotcha. Decent dudes in there?
They're all right dudes.
Yeah. So did you complete the whole thing and get out of there, or did you get in trouble while you were in there?
I was sneaking out, going down the road. I got rode up a couple times, got my home pass taken.
Now, when you say you got your home pass taken, what's a home pass?
From Friday to Sunday.
Like you get to leave the facility,
like
go
you can go
to your family.
Yeah, you can go home, go wherever you want.
Overnight. For
Overnight.
Multiple days.
But first, you got to get a sponsor.
On the streets or in the sober living house?
Wherever.
Oh, okay. So you're actively probably, I'm assuming, using the term sponsor, going to AA or NA or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when you're in that sober living, do they have you guys going to outside AA meetings?
Yeah, you have to go to 4 a week.
4? Gotcha.
Or you get rode up for it.
So they took your home pass. Did they contact your probation officer?
Yeah.
Was it a girl, I guess,
Yeah.
your PO? What'd she say?
She just told me that not to be out past my curfew and I shouldn't be sneaking out.
Oh, but didn't violate you,
No.
let you stay in the sober living.
She gave me a sanction.
Okay. So did you end up doing stuff right that time with that, or did you get kicked out eventually? What's the rest of the story?
While I was doing it, it took me 45 days in PHP.
What's PHP?
It's like a group for like newcomers into PARs.
Okay.
Then I went to IOP.
Which is Intensive Outpatient Program.
Yeah. Then I did like 3 months in there. Then I did the rest of the programming.
And that IOP is, if I'm not mistaken, 4 hours a day, roughly 3 days a week. And you're in a room, in a group, at a table, just in these workbooks and just recovery the whole entire time, right?
Yeah, recovery.
Yeah. And what did you think of that stuff? Did you take it seriously? Did you feel like it was stupid? Did you do it because you had to, or did it work and you enjoyed it? Like what's your...
I'm going to be honest with you. I was, at the first, like I was faking it to make it.
Yeah.
Then once I got into it, I got hipped.
And you liked it, or it worked?
It worked. I'm sitting here talking to you today.
Right. Yeah, and you're doing good.
Yeah.
Things in your life have changed for sure. So when did you get out of the sober living house?
When me and my fiance got our own house.
Oh, okay. So you and your fiance, you get back together because you're clean and stuff, I'm assuming. Has she struggled with addiction?
No, she ain't never done drugs in her life.
Man, it's funny how that works, how a lot of us people with addictions, we end up with people that have never experienced that life, and I don't know if it's because they want to fix us or if they just like bad boys or what it is, but I see it time and time again,
I think they like bad boys.
Yeah, that could be it. So you left the sober living house and you moved in with your fiance into your own place. Did the story continue on? Like, has addiction been in the past since then?
No.
Like, I mean, in the past, like you haven't had any addiction issues since then. Like, I mean, obviously we're always an addict, but like you haven't gotten in trouble or have you gotten in trouble since then? So like you left the sober living house, move in with your fiance. Did you do any more drugs after that or get in any more trouble?
No, I've been on felony probation since I left sober living.
Gotcha. And you were also on the municipal probation at the same time.
Yeah.
Which you recently got released from, I know. But how big of a role do you think the probation stuff plays in all this?
A big part.
You think?
Yeah.
As far as keeping you in line and stuff. I mean, what is it? Like the piss test all the time, or like what did they do to help you?
I just got tired of seeing them, man.
Yeah.
It gets old.
Just like that jail cell, wanting to just be done with that after you've been there so much. What do you think the primary thing was that fixed you? Like, what was the main thing that you've held on to through all this that keeps you going? I mean, is it your fiance? Is it God? Is it probation? Fear? I mean, I'm sure it's a sum of all those things, but like, is there any one thing that keeps you going?
Praying to God.
God? Yeah. You go to church weekly, don't you?
Yeah.
With Jeffy? I've actually been there before. Well, actually, you didn't make it that week. So Troy had missed a couple weeks at church. So I said, hey, I'm going to go to church to get him there, hoping he would go. He works for me. I'm his boss. I'm thinking if I go, he's bound to show up. Said he would. And then he didn't make it because he went canoeing that week. But you have been back and going to the men's groups and stuff like that since then, I know. So that's pretty cool. So what do you, I mean, is there any words of wisdom, I guess, that you've learned, earned, however, that you would share with somebody in a similar situation?
Just don't ever give up if you're in recovery. It means a lot to other people to see you doing good and better in your life and not out here strung out on drugs, have them worrying about a phone call that you're dead or you overdosed.
Have you experienced any of that? Have you lost any family or friends?
I've lost a lot of friends to overdose.
Yeah. To what kind of drug?
Heroin.
It's crazy. And fentanyl's everywhere like crazy. It's like playing Russian roulette to do that stuff nowadays. It is. So I guess it's a safe assumption to say when you started all this stuff, you had nothing, a drug addiction, in and out of jail, no license, no car, no job, hustling to make it, I guess, right?
Yeah, I was robbing the homeless, getting high, taking what they done stole.
Wow.
To go get more dope.
So from there, tell me where you're at today.
I have a car. I have a house. I have my license. I have a good paying job. And all I can think is God.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. It is. And you surround yourself with good, like-minded individuals. You know, which is kind of what we try to do at JC Stone. And we have a guy, so our workers, we hire anybody. I mean, you don't have to be in recovery to get hired here. Although, with the past of myself and everybody else, I think sometimes we should be called JC Stone Landscaping and Recovery. But most our guys are either in active recovery or on probation. They're clean. They have some clean time down. But every now and then we have a guy that'll, slip up, or he's going through it, but he wants change, and I bring him on to hopefully we can, change him or whatever. Excuse me. And recently, so we had this guy who, he's 50 years old. He's lived the life, and, in and out of jail, in and out of prison, off and on addiction. Well, he had a little spell of clean time down, and he runs into me on the street, begs me for a job. Hey, I can run equipment and yada, yada, whatever. And I happened to be on a big job where we needed guys to run equipment all the time. So I hired him to run equipment. Well, he did really good. And I'd say we had a good probably 2-month run out of Tommy. A good 2-month run of him showing up all the time, doing the right things. But I think just complacency hit. He wasn't in active recovery, wasn't going to AA, wasn't on probation, money coming in every Friday. And sure enough, he backslid and or relapsed, however you want to look at it, and started using and started doing some crazy stuff. He'd come in on Mondays telling the stories of the crazy weekend. And it was just kind of obvious he had some different things going on. Well, he ends up doing some pretty crazy stuff. Now, this has just been a month ago, roughly, maybe a hair over. Does some crazy stuff and gets himself some big charges, like some domestic violence, aggravated assault, big felonies, and ends up going to jail. So, in fact, the sheriff calls me. They know he works for me. So one of the sheriffs called me and said, hey, we don't want to show up to one of your job sites and, screw everything up by arresting this guy, but, we're going to get him. And they wanted to know if he was working that day. I told him he wasn't at work, so that wasn't going to be an issue either way. And long story short, they end up finding him and arrested him, and they put him in jail. So 3 weeks later, I get another phone call. And they say, hey, we're just letting you know, we don't really have a case. We're dismissing all the charges, and we've released him. And he, I guess, went into the guy that called went into his office there when he got released and asked him to call me because he wanted his job back and some help or whatever. So they dismissed all his charges, let him out on the street. And within 6 hours, he came and found me, which he still had a paycheck from when he got initially arrested. So I gave him his paycheck. And within 6 hours, he was living in the woods. Basically, he went to spend the night in the woods at a homeless camp back behind a business here in town, and had bought a big wad of meth and a jar of Xanaxes or whatever, and got all screwed up. First night, I mean, he had been locked up for 3 weeks. Got the break of a lifetime where they just dropped all the charges on him and released him. And it should have been an eye opener, but it wasn't. He went straight to using, and within hours of being released, literally, and spends the night out there at the homeless camp. And then Jeffy, who was on our first episode last week, Jeffy went out there the next day he caught wind that he was out there at that homeless camp, and went out there and pulled him out of those woods and said, man, you got to get your shit together before this spirals out of control. You got a lot of people rooting for you, one of which was me, and brought up this recovery center here in town. And I ended up talking to him that next day too. And we went back there again to the homeless camp where he was and made him pack his bags up. And, we didn't make him. He's a big boy and does what he wants. But we told him, like, it's in your best interest to do this. We love you, bro. We want you saved. We can't watch you kill yourself with this shit, especially out here in the middle of the woods in a homeless camp. And sure enough, we talked him into going into an inpatient rehab. And it was tough for him. I mean, he had just been locked up for 3 weeks, had been out for less than 24 hours, and we're trying to get him to voluntarily go get himself locked back up. But sure enough, he did it, and it was pretty cool that he did. We took him there ourselves, walked him in, hooked him up with all the stuff he needed, smokes and clothes and all the stuff he needs while he's in there. And he's been in there today 8 days. Jeffy and I actually went out there today and visited him, which was pretty cool. He's been clean now, for a whole week after that night of doing what he was doing, and was just glowing, enthusiastic, happy to be there, feeling like his life's starting over again. He's got a woman that he loves, he's been with for years, and she wants nothing to do with him because she's scared of him, and and rightfully so. He did some crazy stuff. But she did say she loves him and hopes the best for him, and she's on his visiting list. I think at some point she'll go out and visit him. But it's going to be a hard road ahead for him. He's got 45 days, no phone, inpatient, can't leave. And then from there, he'll go to one of those sober living facilities or whatever. But I told him if he stays clean and keeps doing what he's supposed to do, he's got a job to come back to, a life to come back to, a good support group, a bunch of people that care for him and want him to do good. So it's pretty cool. We got him in there. It's a cool story, and hopefully we can keep doing this for guys. It's kind of the mission at JC Stone Landscaping is we get guys that are in recovery or in that spot. That there's a sweet spot when a guy goes to jail and he gets out. He's got to report to his PO. He's pissing clean for a week or two, and he needs work, but it's typically hard to find work because of their record and vehicles and transportation issues and all that. And I just kind of open up the schedule a little bit for these guys to work with them the best I can. Boy, Troy was one of them. Thank God he's off of a lot of this probation stuff, but his first month or so with me, it was the whole crew would have to go to the courthouse and wait outside in the truck while Troy went in there and pissed. And it cost me $100 every time for Troy to go take his piss test, sometimes 2-3 times a week. But I bitch about it, and it's funny and all, but I really don't mind doing it. Just whatever I can do to help, the guys get some structure from the job. And that's why I try to grab them in that sweet spot while they're clean, while they're reporting to the PO. I come in there, swoop them up, get them coming to the shop every morning at the same time, and just get some consistency in their life. They have some responsibility. I'm counting on them to be there for my jobs to get them done. They're around other guys that are also in recovery and have some real clean time down. We get them to work if they need picked up and brought to work, and then they start getting that paycheck in. And we've got some real success stories. Jeffy was one of them. He's got vehicles in his own place, homeless 2 years ago, and now has his own place with his wife, 3 vehicles between the two of them.
They're doing amazing.
Yeah, got a driver's license and stuff. Troy has a car. His old lady's got a car. They're in an apartment. He's got his driver's license. Year and a half clean time down, and it's just really cool. And he's got a lot of support and people proud of him. When he graduated drug court, I was there, and his probation officers had showed up to that to watch him graduate and stuff. And it was pretty cool stuff. It was. It's neat to watch this stuff go down and watch your guys' lives unfold.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm blessed to be a part of it. Is there anything else, Troy, that the people need to know, or I need to know, or anybody else needs to know about anything? Anything you'd like to say?
The drug addiction, it starts in your family. It can start anywhere. Mine grew up because my grandma and grandpa sold drugs, like I said earlier. So I know everybody in this town. I'm related to everybody. Most of the people in this town I'm related to.
Oh, yeah.
And they all did drugs. That's how I know everybody. From my dad, my grandpa, my grandma, they all sold drugs to them.
Yeah, I can remember back in the day, man. So we have a small shop that happens to be on the same street that they lived on. And I remember it all the time. I'll be down there at the shop and looking down that way and can just remember there would be cars at his grandparents' house just lined up down that whole road on both sides. It was crazy. And we're talking back in the early 2000s, late 90s, something like that. But cars just lined up all the way down the road, around the corner, lined up more down the next road, waiting on their turn to get into the driveway to get their stuff. It was like a convenience store. It was amazing. I can't believe it went on as long as it did before they got busted. It was crazy. They had this town on lockdown when it came to stuff, and they had all kinds of different stuff, and it was a whole big thing. I remember that for sure. And they ended up getting busted and going to prison, I guess, right?
My grandpa went to prison from back there by the shop. Then they moved on Mill Street, started selling drugs again. Well, they got busted, got bonded out, and they ran to Mexico.
I heard that, yeah, Mexico. Now, did they get found in Mexico and extradited back to the States?
Yeah, the marshals extradited them back to the state.
That's wild. What do you think the future holds for your dad? You think he's going to get out and do right, or do you think he's going to lead the same path he's led for years?
I hope the best for him, man. Recovery's done a lot for me, but we'll see if people changes.
What's it going to do to you when he gets out, Troy? Like what what's your relationship going to be with him? What if he is screwing up and using again? What does that mean for Troy?
I ain't going to be around him.
No.
I got to set boundaries.
You do. You got to look out for you. Recovery is a selfish game, man. Like the only way we recover is by being selfish and cherishing what we've worked hard for. And unfortunately, sometimes that means we have to let go of people we love, people we want the best for, but we can't jeopardize ourselves, for them.
It's people, places, and things.
That's a fact. That's a thing they always tell you in recovery. Jeffy brought that up in his last episode. People, places, and things is what gets you, and it's what you have to change in life. I don't even want to say avoid, because you still have to be in a place, you still have to be around people, and you still have to have things. You just replace those people, places, and things with the appropriate people, places, and things. And that's how you stay clean and avoid that stuff. And you constantly have to maintenance it. You either you go to church or meetings or both. For me, it's giving it away. I like the old saying in the AA meetings, you can't keep it if you don't give it away. And that helps me a whole lot for sure, is helping other people and telling my story and speaking with people like you and hearing your stories and stuff, It's pretty cool. Anything else for us, Troy?
No, not really.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this thing up. We got a good 45 minutes in here, and I definitely want to have you back on again in the near future, and hopefully maybe get some of these juicy stories out of you from your using past. It's entertaining, and definitely want to hear some more about it. I know we could go on for hours with the lives we've lived.
I'm willing to get back on here.
That's what's up. Hopefully, I'd like to get you and Jeffy both on here together at some point. You guys work well together. You're a little team. It's good. But, with that concludes the second episode of the JC Stone Show. Stand by. We're going to be back with another one here within a week or so. And glad you came to listen. Thanks.
Thank you.